What did you like about your team? Some of the things you didn't like. Just kind of your overall assessment of tonight's game.
I really liked a lot of things. These guys came out there, competed. Um, they loved playing with each other. Now, there's going to be mistakes, of course. We get to go back and watch the film and correct. These guys got to keep growing. This is only practice 12 for us, and so there's a lot of room to grow. And but for these guys, it's special. I mean, the fans came out, they supported, and they got to play in front of them, and they got to taste what it felt like to play and do something pretty special. And so that was a great thing.
Talk about the environment. Even pre-game with the food trucks, with Rebel Soldiers, just the kind of buzz that was created this entire afternoon leading up to kickoff.
No doubt. The athletic department here did an unbelievable job of putting this thing together. The school, the university came all together. Upper campus, lower campus, all as one. It was a school effort to put this whole thing together for the fans and for this team. It was pretty special. And we had some rain and some thunderstorms early on, and these guys weathered the storm. They got it done, and the energy and the buzz that the fans brought was unbelievable. I mean, it was pretty special. And I know. I know our players appreciate it, and I appreciate it as well.
Back in your introductory press conference, you said you wanted your players to feel what you felt back in your playing time. And, you kind of said you wanted the spring game to be a party atmosphere. Is this what you envisioned?
It's probably better than what I envisioned. For it being the first time that we've done this, it was amazing. For the people that were here, they got to see some good stuff. A whole environment where, you come here during the day and you're going to eat good food, you're going to have drinks, you're going to see a concert, you get to take your keikis to the fun zone behind me, and from here it's just going to grow, it's just going to get better. And so we'll go back as a university and assess what we could have done better. We're going to assess what we can have done better as a football team, but I'm so happy that we got this thing off the ground in such a short amount of time, and that's all a credit to the university and the people.
Did Shager and Farrell, have they separated in your opinion among the quarterbacks?
No, I think it's just going to be an ongoing process, right? It's still development. It's still just 12 practices. This 12th one having to be a really live type game atmosphere. But it's still going to be a growing process for all these guys. We're asking them to do a lot. They both definitely played well. At the opportunities that they did have, and that was good to see.
About Tamatoa receiving tonight, what do you think of his performance?
He did some really good things, and for him, it's no surprise. The kid's always up front. He's always taking notes. He's always a student of the game. He understands what he needs to do. And so everything we've asked that kid to do, he's done. And that's a credit to him and his family and how he was raised, man. He's a good kid. He's special.
Talk about the ha'a at pregame, bringing that back, and just the kind of that moment and just kind of that surprise for the fans that everybody weren't expecting at first.
That was all made by our alumni. Our 2007 alumni that went undefeated, Brad Kalili Moku, Keala Watson, Guyton, those guys took their time in the morning to teach it to, a handful of guys that were handpicked by them, and they took the time to give it to them. And the kids, the beauty about it is that if I don't get involved, and it's kid owned, it's ran by the team, it's ran by the guys in the locker room. That's the beauty of what a team can do. And so, I had nothing to do with it. It was the alumni, and it was these guys, and it was this team, and they came through with it, and I thought it was special. And I think they get a little bit hyped with doing it. And but any of those things that can bond us and appreciate our culture, I think that's all positives.
Do you have any butterflies coming out as your first, live practice? Really a live scrimmage in front of fans. As head coach, little butterflies coming out for you?
No, I used to get butterflies when I played, but as a coach, you still get a little bit of those butterflies, anxiety, as you say, but it's not as much anymore. I feel for those kids. Those kids, you know, they want to do so well. They sacrifice so much. I remember being in their position, and those are the guys that we give our love and we try to calm them down and get them really mentally tough. But for me, nah, man, it's all about those guys.
How much are depth charts set? Are they set, or is it still, hey, let's get through this and then we'll see everyone through fall camp?
No, it's going to be forever moving. You know, these guys got to stay healthy. You know, they got to continue. You know, the next step for these guys is 3 more practices. They got to go back to school and finish out finals and get some really good grades. You know, and then we'll hit our summer workouts. You know, we're still recruiting. You know, we didn't finish our class, and we're slowly getting in pieces and getting in the right pieces that we need to fit this forever going puzzle of our roster. And so, you know, it's just going to be ongoing. And you know, when we hit August 27th, the guys that are peaking and taking care of their bodies and taking care of their academics and really doing the things we ask and making good choices, those are the guys that you're going to see playing.
You talk about roster. You know, you had a bunch of recruits out here today. How important was that for them to see this environment, to see, you know, you guys out on the field and, you know, just the whole experience for them? How important was that for
Yeah, it was a really special week for us in recruiting. You know, we brought some official visits here. Again, guys that we're trying to fix the roster, get guys in that we need, that we feel that can help us. And then we brought all the local kids out and, you know, offered them to come as a junior day and really feel that buzz and that electricity and that energy from the fans and the state. And so that was really neat for us. It was a huge week in recruiting, and I thought it went really well. I give credit to all my staff, man. I mean, they were here all day, and we pulled through and we got it off the ground the right way. And like I said, we're gonna recruit this state, and we're gonna recruit these Pacific Islands hard.
Just overall, first off, just the feeling of being back out here and then seeing the crowd and, you know, obviously the performance you put on today, just kind of the overall emotion and the feeling of being back out here.
2 words always come to mind for me. It's blessed and grateful. I think everybody knows that, you know, how things went down last year, and I thought football was going to be done to me. Coach Chang, Coach Abe, Coach Yoro, Coach Nate, Coach Derek, all these coaches, they really fought for me in a sense to come back, and blessed and grateful, that's the 2 words that always come to mind. So I'm thankful to have coaches and teammates like that, you know, that are so caring and allowed me back.
What did it mean to have that kind of performance today? A couple picks for your side on this kind of setting?
Felt good to just play football and get a chance to play. So, I mean, got to thank my coaches again, my teammates. Coaches really doing a good job of coaching us up and then putting us in spots to make plays and be successful.
You know, we haven't really talked to you throughout this whole spring. You know, was that kind of like, you know, kind of staying under the radar through these practices, and then game time you just kind of blow up? Was that kind of the mindset of it? Just kind of put on a show tonight?
Kind of. It's more just, I don't know, getting better every day, I guess. It sounds cliche, but just trying to get better every day, and then live bullets like this, when it comes down to it, try to make plays, do your job, and then when the plays come, just make them.
You know, you guys did the ha-ha at pregame. And, you know, we asked Coach about that, and he said he really was kind of hands-off on that. And it was more you guys, you know, kind of taking that on. And, like, how special is that for you to kind of surprise the fans and perform that for the first time? Again, you know, bringing it back.
Real special, real special. It feels like Hawaii, you know, it feels like Hawaii football. It's such a big part of the culture here and such a big, how do I say it, pillar in this program, you know. Things like that is so iconic. So it's good. It's everything is being embraced, the culture is being embraced, and it feels great.
You know, go ahead, sorry.
How far along has your defense come from the start of spring ball today?
Oh, we've came a long way, I would say a long way, but, you know, ask the coaches, they're going to tell us every day we're going to have to keep building, keep getting better. So it's just baby steps, and then main thing, we're getting better every day.
And, you know, more about the environment. You see all the keiki out here. How special is that for you to see, you know, the next generation of football players, the next generation of Rainbow Warrior fans out here, and, you know, watching you play?
Honestly, it makes me pretty emotional, you know. It makes me real happy just to know that the community's involved, you know, the state is involved. We're like the pro team here, as everybody, you know, everybody says that, and it's a big thing. Everybody, all these guys here, they're our foundation. They're the ones who boost us, so we need all of them to keep coming out, keep supporting, keep giving those little kids things to look up to. So it's great. It makes me emotional. I'm very happy.
my last thing, you guys still have 3 more practices of spring, but what are some of the things that you're looking to get done in this off season ahead of fall camp, ahead of your opener on the 27th?
Personally? Or just as a team?
Personally, and then as the defense.
Okay. As a defense, pursuit, all the little things, pursuit, tackling, knowing our assignments, executing, and then personally, just pretty much the same thing as a defense, so that everybody's doing their 111th and we can all fly around, make plays, and have fun.
Coach, how did it feel to bring a couple balls to the house here at the spring game tonight?
Nah, it's amazing. We put a lot of hard work in. Time to get paid, so we did what we had to do. Thank you.
How special was it to kind of see this environment? You guys kind of building this up all throughout spring, just inviting fans out here to see it, right? To see the crowd, to see the Keiki out here. What was that like for you?
I think it was the best part of everything. The energy from the crowd, this whole new Chang era, it's amazing. We thank everybody for coming out, and it's going to be packed out like this every game.
And we talk about your lights out performance tonight. How much of that was like kind of just a build up, from your time throughout UH to now?
I put a lot of hard work in myself, so just seeing it work out and everybody, I got to contribute to everybody. They did their job. It's 11-man football. So all 10 did their job and I did my job, and that's how we got it done.
A bunch of different quarterbacks in action.
Yeah.
What is your connection like with a number of different guys out there that you might be on the field with at one time or another?
We work all the time, all of us quarterbacks. So I try to build a connection with everybody.
You guys did the ha-ha pre-game. It's kind of a surprise for the fans. And when we asked Coach Chang about it, he said he was really kind of hands-off. It was more the players kind of doing that. You guys saw how special was that to kind of bring that back for the fans, show the fans again, bring the ha-ha back?
It's real special. I think the last time they did this was a long time. So just to have the culture, this is what we got to set, the presence of our culture and everything. And I think it kind of set the tone for everything going into this year.
What would you like to see your team accomplish in these last 3 practices of spring ball?
Just continue to work hard, build off of the mistakes that we've done. And we got to get ready for Vanderbilt first game. That's our opponent, and that's what we got to do. Just work it.
You mentioned Vanderbilt just now. Once spring is wrapped up, what are some of the key things that you guys, as an offense, want to get done in this offseason ahead of fall camp, ahead of the opener?
Everybody stay together, stay out of trouble, and just continue to work, build a relationship with each other so we can trust each other, Trust that, hey, he'll make that play or I'll make that play. And just everybody, it's 11-man football.